Hello and welcome back to our channel. For this video, my colleagues and myself will be discussing a professional issue with you all. We are currently doing our third year in the University of Goroka, undertaking Bachelor of Science in Education, majoring in Biology and Chemistry. For our professionalism in teaching course, we were asked to select a professional issue topic, do a little research, and make a video. So the topic we chose is professionalism and the natural environment. We basically chose this topic because it is in line with our science majors. Now, professionalism and the natural environment can be simply defined as the commitment to ethical conduct, responsibilities, and sustainability in one's professional activities that affects ecological system. The concept of professionalism in natural environment emphasizes the importance of making informed, environmentally conscious decisions and engaging in practices that promotes ecological management. This concept was explained more by Skeltiger and Wagner in 2006. Professionalism and the natural environment are two different things, but how can we integrate these two things together? This will be explained as we go on with the video. You may be wondering what professionals got to do with natural environment. Well, professionals are expected to adhere to relevant environmental regulations and standards, ensure transparency in their actions, and actively contribute to the well-being of communities and ecosystems that they impact. You may read more on this from Ben and Bolton's literature that was published in 2011. Thus, professionalism in this context reflects comprehensive approach to integrate environmental considerations into professional conduct and decision makings. Therefore, in this video, we will be talking about the sustainable practices, environmental regulations, and environment and awareness about the concept, professionalism, and the natural environment. So stay tuned and please do pay attention to what my colleagues will be saying.
The sustainable practices. The sustainable practices in the nature environment, it refers to practices and the policies that aim to maintain and enhance the health of ecosystem while meeting the needs of present and future generation. Sustainability in the natural environment is recognized as a crucial aspect of professionalism in various fields. Here are some key points to consider in order to sustain the natural environment in any walks of life or professionals for the long run. First point, we have conservation of resources. Every resources around the country should be used in conservable manners for our future generation. The second point, we have pollution reduction. Pollution reduction, it counts like small things like the spreading of wire on flower beds or either you dispose your rubbish on of creeks or rivers. Our next point, we have biodiversity preservation. We have some species like endangered species in Bandicoot and some Bandicoot species which are endangered. We have better paradise. When it comes to hunting and so forth, we must take into consideration about some endangered species there. Like we also have some endangered species in plants too. Well, those are some points that has been pointed out, but there are so many things need to consider that using our cognitive and common senses. Incorporating sustainability into professional practice not only benefits the environment but also enhance the overall value and resilience of organization. It is a fundamental aspect of responsibility and forward-thinking professionalism.
Like my colleague has mentioned, sustainability into professional practices not only benefits the environment but also enhance the overall value and resilience of organization. Environmental regulation refers to the rules, standards and laws enacted by the government or international bodies to protect the environment. This regulation aims to limit pollution, manage natural resources, and reduce the environmental effect on human activities such as industrial pollution, energy generation, and waste disposal. Environmental regulations typically address air and water quality, waste management, chemical use, biodiversity protection, and land use. This regulation ensures business and individuals engage in sustainable practice, contributing to long-term environmental conservation and minimizing harm to ecosystems. Environmental regulation involves the creation and enforcement of the directives aimed to reduce pollution, manage resource sustainability, and protecting the environment and the public health. Here are some key aspects of environmental regulation. Firstly, setting up laws. In any organization or institutions, there must be a law or standards set up by the government or the organization to protect the environment. For example, regulations like the Clean Air Act in the United States sets limits on air pollutant emitted by factories and vehicles, while the European Union's REACH regulation controls the production and use of chemical substances to protect human health and the environment. Another aspect would be to design a regulatory agency like the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, so that some area of human activity is managed through a set of rules and license. For instance, the Department of Environment and Conservation of Papua New Guinea was established in 1985. Its mission is to ensure natural and physical resources while providing ethical and sustainable development. Professionalism in relation to the natural environment involves adhering to the environmental regulation and practice that promotes sustainability and responsible steward of natural environment.
I'm going to add on what my friend said about sustainable practice. He talked more about conservation of resources, pollution reduction, biodiversity preservation, and environmental conservation. I'm going to talk about education and awareness. How a professional should use his or her knowledge, to carry out awareness about environment.
Education and awareness. The intersection of professionalism and environmental awareness leads to a more informed and proactive approach to sustainability. Professionals who are well educated about environmental issue can implement many things. In this video, I'm going to talk about three simple things an educator or a professional can do to protect the natural environment that we are live in. Number one, or the best things an educator or a professional should do is to implement sustainable practice by applying their knowledge to develop and implement sustainable practice in their field. Number two, or the second thing a professional should do is to innovate solutions. Create innovative solutions to environmental problems.
The third one, or the final one, is to advocate for change. It's like influence policies and practice that promote environmental sustainability. By carrying out these three things can fostering both the professionalism and the environmental awareness, where we can build a society that protects and value the natural environment while promoting ethical and sustainable development.
Much has been mentioned by my fellow colleagues. Rachel, I will sum up our topic on professionalism and the natural environment and conclude with recommendations. In conclusion, the symbiosis between professionalism and the natural environment is vital for achieving sustainable development. Professionalism ensures that individuals are equipped with the necessary knowledge, skills, and ethical standards to address environmental challenges effectively. These are 3 points where professionalism and natural environment can be prevented. One, sustainable practices. Sustainable practices guided by environmental regulations such as conservation of resources, pollution reduction, biodiversity preservation, environmental regulations. Those sustainable practices that I've mentioned will help mitigate the adverse impacts on human activities on the environment. Next, environmental regulation. Environmental regulation involves the creation and enforcement of the directives aimed to reduce pollution, manage natural resources sustainable, protecting the environment and the public health. Here are some key aspects that I will mention. One, set up laws and regulation agencies. Education and awareness is our next aspect, plays a crucial role in promotes a deeper understanding of ecological systems and promoting reasonable behaviors such as implement sustainable practices, innovate solutions, and advocate for change. By integrating these elements, we can create a society that values and protects the natural environment while promoting ethical and sustainable development. Those holistic approach not only addresses current environmental issues but also paves the way for a healthier and more sustainable future. Recommendation to recommend some of the things we can do to promote our natural environment are as follow. Improve environmental education, promote ethical standards, encourage public engagement, media and campaigns, and policy advocate or policy support. By following these recommendations, we can create a more sustainable future where professionalism and environmental awareness go hand in hand, leading to a healthier planet for our future generation. Thank you.